Hey everyone, now I know I promised I would make the buffalo steak just the tips, but I kinda wasn't feeling it this week, so next week it'll probably be out. So for the time being, I decided to make a little top 5, if you will, about the things that you absolutely need to know if you want to be good as heavy. However, before I get into the actual video, I want to give a big thank you to Gumbum. This guy gave me a buttload of cool stuff. Like, look at this. 3 unusuals and an Australian. Like, hot damn. You won, my friend. Whatever you're trying to win, you won. Whether it's being in a video or just be awesome. Either way, you won it. So again, huge thank you to Gumbum. So with that all said and done, let's get into your scheduled program. First thing on this list is something I already made an entire video about, but it's so important that it just needs to be on this list. That is the fact that the heavy shoots out his head. Now, when optimized, this can be incredibly useful, given this isn't class specific to heavy, but it's still very important to know if you want to be good as heavy. As I said earlier, I made an entire video on this topic, so if you want to see a more in-depth talk about it, go click here. I won't go too far into it, but basically you can shoot through your face while your body's in cover, so you can do more damage, while you don't take all that much damage because you're in cover. Now this next thing is a little more of an interesting fact rather than something you can physically change. That is that the simple truth that the heavy moves only 3% slower than the soldier. The soldier moves at 80% move speed while the heavy moves at 77% move speed. Now for comparison, the pyro and engineer and sniper all move at 100% movement speed. So the soldier is 20% slower than the average, and the heavy is 23% slower than the average. So essentially, when you get whipped by a soldier, you move at roughly the same speed, which is great news for rollouts. With that said, it is important to remember that you get 100 more HP for being 3% slower. Sure, you don't have the higher mobility and you can't rocket jump, but you still have a high amount of DPS, which can be very useful. Fun fact about being mobile as a heavy. A shotgun is probably the most mobile thing you can do if you want to dish out damage, because even if you use the GRU or any other speed-gaining melee, to do damage you still have to slow down via minigun, but if you use a shotgun, you can go about the speed of a soldier and still do damage. The movement speed penalty for revving your minigun is the thing that makes the heavy drastically slower, so by using a shotgun, you comparatively move faster. But honestly, it all depends on your playstyle and your particular loadout. Personally, I don't use a shotgun all that much, but every now and again I like to spice things up. The third thing I want to mention is quite obvious, but it's still very useful and needed if you want to be good as heavy. That is to heal your medics. Now, there are 3 weapons that can be tossed down to heal other classes. The first being a sandwich, followed by the steak and the Delocus bar. Now, for the sake of this video, I won't be talking about the Delocus bar, and that's due to the fact that it recharges rather fast, and it's only a small med pack, not a medium one. So that leaves the steak and the sandwich. Both of these weapons drop a medium health pack when thrown and takes 30 seconds to recharge. However, if you walk over a health pack when you're full on HP, you will instantly regenerate your secondary snack. This can be incredibly useful if your medic is low on HP and you're near a small med pack. What you can do is you can toss your sandwich to him, thus giving him a medium health pack, filling up 50% of his health, walk over the small med pack and it recharges your entire sandwich, which then can be used to either give him another med pack or store for a later occurrence. However, if it is a medium or large health pack, you don't really need to do this because it's kind of redundant, as a medic can just walk over there and get the medium health pack anyway, but if it is a small med pack, it is pretty much the standard thing to do. The next fact is something a lot of players don't know. It actually has some very big meanings behind it that I don't really dive into in this video, but I am working on a video that will change the way heavy is viewed. This fact is that the minigun fires 4 pellets per 1 bullet. If you look at this footage, 1 ammo is consumed, but it fires 4 bullets. I'm currently working on the damage outputs per pellet and all that type of jazz. There's a whole lot of math that needs to be done still, so yeah. But essentially this classifies the minigun as a sort of shotgun, or at the very least a pellet type firing system, not a bullet count like the TF2 wiki would have you believe. Like I said, I'm not going to get too into it, but generally if you want all 4 pellets to land on targets, aim towards the middle of them. That's the reason the standard crosshair for the minigun is this big circle looking thing. Personally, I don't like that type of crosshair, I like the little red dot, but really whatever works for you. Just try to aim in the middle of a target, or a group of targets for that matter. Now if you want to know why the minigun acts like this, I got a pretty interesting theory. I believe that TF2 wanted the minigun to mow people down, not just be a fast firing machine gun. Valve wanted the minigun to be able to kill a bunch of classes at a relatively similar time, not just one after the other, so rather than adding coding for bullets to come out one by one in a very circular fashion, they slowed down the real-life minigun firing speed and made it spit 4 bullets out at the same time. That way, it kind of looks like it's firing a bunch of bullets in a spastic manner relatively fast. Again, look forward to having a more in-depth video about this topic, as it really is interesting to me, and I really hope you guys find it interesting too, because I've just been dying to talk about this. The final thing you need to know about being a good heavy is how to enjoy the heavy. Now, the heavy is a class that is only attractable to a certain type of player. Sure, a bunch, if not all players can enjoy classes like the scout and soldier, but heavy? Heavy is a class that you need to be a particular type of person to enjoy. To enjoy playing heavy, you have to prefer thinking about situations beforehand. You can't just go around shoot first and ask questions later. Like as a heavy, you have to be subconscious and think about game sense at all times. A good example would be like, say you're just playing the game and you're like, hey, it's been a while since I've seen one of the other team's 3 spies. Time to turn around. Oh hey, a spy coming towards me. Along with this topic, you should try to have fun as heavy. Like I've been getting comments like, the Hulong is actually good if you sit on the bomb cart. Like what? Is that enjoyable to you? Do you like sitting there and holding mouse 1? Go have fun. Flank a little. Work with the combo and push. Play aggressively. Enjoy it. Don't think of heavy as a chore. Don't be like, ugh, I have to sit here at the dispenser and guard point. Say, hell no. I'm gonna climb up here and wait for the enemy team to walk underneath me so I can jump down and kill them all. But really, whatever makes you happy. If you enjoy sitting on a point and waiting for a scout to run up to you, more power to you. I certainly can't do that. In order for me to have fun as heavy, I need to be pushing or flanking or setting up a trap or something. I can't just sit there. But really, it's whatever makes you happy. Anyway, these were 5 facts that you need to know if you want to play heavy better. I hope you guys found this useful, or at the very least entertaining. As always, have a swell day. Peace out.